if your woman ever tells you or asks you or complains, why are you holding on to that? Why do you need that for? Why don't you just throw it out? This is the reason why.
At 29 and I find myself wondering what did happen to the last 10. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set them rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you.
This is why, because the next step is to connect the positive cable, which in they tell you don't do it this way. Unhook it first. Put it into one of these two little connectors in here. Okay. To the hole, which I can't see. Okay. Get in there, you bastard. Okay, this is ridiculous how small this is. Let's see. Okay. So you put it in the hole. Doesn't want to go into either holes. All right. So if your wife ever complains, why do you keep stuff and why don't you throw that thing away or whatever? This is the reason why. Because I don't know when the hell I got this thing and what I got it for, but it's the only screwdriver. This is like the tiniest screwdriver ever created by man. Okay, it's a flathead, and it's the only thing that will fit in here to tighten this cable. Okay, so once you tighten this cable, this goes to the positive side of the battery. So put that in there. Okay. Now, let's let's review. All right, so far we have the B minus from the shunt to the negative of the battery. We have the P minus of the shunt to your negative bus bar. Okay, the positive bus bar is not going to come into play just yet. I don't think we need it for what we're going to do or what we're trying to do today. The next step, before we go any farther, I forgot to mention, you have to make sure your battery is fully charged. So I put this on the charger, it's fully charged. So the next step is to connect this cable to the back of the shunt. Just pops in. It's only one way to put it in. Okay, and then the next step is you take the other cable, and they gave you a pretty long cable, so you can run this through your boat to wherever you're gonna mount the monitor on. It looks like there's a piece of plastic on here, so take that off. We don't need that. And we're gonna plug this in to the back of the monitor, and it should turn on. And voila, it's turned on. Okay, so now it's set. It hasn't been configured, so now you got to configure it. Now the instructions say, what the hell's the instructions? Instructions say, quick note, the freaking instructions are tiny too. So You're gonna have to either have really good eyesight or okay. Press and hold the button minus for 3 seconds to enter settings, but that's not what we want to do. All right, so let me read this. Once you turn it on, okay, it's going to show 0, okay? So if your battery is full, you hold the up arrow for 3 seconds and it'll display 100%, okay? If your battery's completely discharged, you hold down the bottom button for 3 seconds and it'll leave it. It'll set it for empty. Now, as you can see, we have 12.5 volts. We got 100 amps. Now you want to configure, if you want to configure the alarm, all right, you hold, I believe, the OK button for 3 seconds. And then you can set your full, your 0, power off, all those settings, but we're not going to mess with that right now. I just wanted to I just wanted to configure it so that I have 100 amp. It's fully charged. It's 12.5 volt. The watts that are being used, you can see. Okay. So it's using like 0.02 watts when the screen comes on. Now, I think the next thing we're going to do is I got to get my solar panel delivered so we can hook up the solar system to charge this battery, and we'll be able to see how many volts are coming in, how many volts are going out, and then we're gonna have to get something so that we can hook up the positive bus bar and see how much power is being drawn. I actually might get a 2000 watt inverter, because if this system works, I don't have to use my old Jackery portable, what that does. But I'm gonna keep playing with this thing, figure out what else it could do. But at least we figured out this part. This is gonna be a big benefit, because I'm always guessing if my batteries are charged or not and where they're at. So my question is it one battery monitor per device? And if that's the case, how do we hook up? Like there's another port on the shunt for another. Oh, that doesn't make sense. All right, we'll figure it out, guys. All right, guys, so I finally got my inverter in today. So I think I'm gonna need 2 hands for this. Oh yeah, hold on, guys. All right, so of course it came with one of these when I just finished making one. But let's take a look. I got this for the warranty card. I don't know what's in there. It's off to the side. I got some stickers, user manual. Okay, and I just made one of these too. So it came with that too. So that's good. Let me take this thing out of the box. Hold on. All right, so this is everything that came in the box. I bought this one at Home Depot. I actually got a discount on it because my solar panels are still haven't shipped. So they're still gonna, I still have the solar panel on order, but they can't give me a date when it's coming in. So they gave me a discount on this thing. So this is interesting. This was not the switch that I expected. This is like a whole box. pretty cool. But that means I'm going to have to cut even a bigger hole in my boat. But you know what? I'm going to put it right next to the battery monitor. That's basically the same shape. This is the cable that plugs it from here to, where the hell is it? Oh, plugs in right there. So when I mount this underneath one of my berths, at least that's what I'm calling it, I can just hit the switch to turn it on and off. It will provide power to wherever I run the extension cords to, and I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to see this monstrosity. It's actually bigger than I expected. So once I read the user manual, we're going to bring it over here and we're going to plug it into our system here. I got the house battery from the boat. I'm just charging it, making sure that it's fully charged before we do anything. I still have to figure out how the battery monitor is supposed to be hooked up for 2 batteries. Right now, it's only monitoring that battery. Like I said, I just made one of these so that I can hook this up to this battery. So we're going to do everything with the one battery for now. And once I figure out, make sure everything works, then I'll figure out how the second battery comes into play. Because I'm going to set it up in parallel, not in series. Because parallel means both batteries working at 12.5 volts for 200 hours, as opposed to having them in series where both batteries produce 24 volts for 100 hours. I think that's how it works. Don't quote me on that. Like I said, I'm new to this whole thing, so that's why we were experimenting. So that's what the plan is. So I'm gonna clean this up. I'm gonna go grab the inverter and we're gonna hook that up. And I'll show you how I hook that up after. I connected the inverter. All right, I kind of separated it so you guys can see the whole system. We have 100 amp battery. We have the positive connected to the positive bus bar, the negative connected to the shunt that came with the battery monitor. We have the positive of the battery monitor hooked up to my starter battery. Okay, my house battery is not in the equation right now. We have the negative bus bar, the negative shunt, the P minus, connected to the negative of the negative bus bar. All right. Then we have the inverter, the negative side connected to the negative bus bar. The positive side connected to the positive bus bar. Everything on the boat is going to plug into either the positive bus bar or the negative bus bar. It's not going to be connected to either of the batteries, except my bilge pump is going to be connected to the house battery. Okay, only the house battery, not the starter battery. All right, so we have the battery monitor here, and we have the on-off switch for the 2000 watt inverter. All right, so let's turn it on, hit the switch. Oh, so on here, when you plug in the switch cable, you have to make sure you put this on remote. All right, otherwise it's gonna turn on. So let's press this power. Okay, just beeped. Things are happening on the battery monitor. Okay, Let's see what happens. Okay, I think it's calculating how long I have on this battery. Okay, now we don't have anything plugged in, so we are going to, I'm gonna look for something to plug into this thing so we can test it out. So I got a house box fan. Okay, it says we have a 99, almost 100 hours of run time, 12.5 volts, sucking a little juice. I think because this thing is on. All right, so let's turn this on. Put it on low so you can hear me. All right. Oh, that feels nice. It's kind of hot down here. So it's taking 73.7 watts, 27 hours of runtime. Wonder what the hell that means. Or maybe -6 amps. I don't know. All I know is the fan's running. I'm cooling off. Nothing's catching on fire. I didn't blow anything up yet. So I would call this a success. A success. That's pretty cool. I like this switch. The other one was just a flip on and off. It's got a red light there for error, so if something was going wrong, I'm sure that would mean something. But it's green, so green is good. Oh, this is cool. So I already know where I'm gonna mount these two. Batteries have their own slot. I know where I'm gonna mount this to. Just trying to decide if I should light flat down or sideways. But we'll figure that out later. Now, the next step is to figure out how to connect this battery, which way we're supposed to do it. I'm assuming that I connect the negative to the negative on that, and the positive to this thing. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to, yeah, I gotta research that some more. But, all right, guys, so I think this is gonna be the end of this video. We got everything connected. It's working. Nothing's going wrong. So this really says this fan will run for 16 hours, almost 17 hours. Now, if we ever get our solar panels, I think that's gonna be it for this video. I gotta figure out how to get that battery connected to the whole system. I gotta wait for my solar panels to come in, and we'll keep adding to the system. But hope this helps you guys out. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video.